Hi sweet friend, welcome. My name is Volta. I'm the artist behind Color Snack, a watercolor illustration and animation studio. In today's video, I'll show you how to paint a fun pattern made out of peaches, slices of peaches, and leaves. So let's get creative. For my peach pattern, I'm going to loosely base it on this loose sketch, but I'm going to pre-sketch out a few of my shapes, and I'm actually going to mix it up a little bit and add little peach slices in a few areas so they're not just like round shapes. And I'm kind of like trying to, the way I'm loosely composing this is I'm playing around with the sizes of these. So some are a little larger, some are a little smaller, and then I'm just kind of trying to alternate between these shapes, and you'll notice the slices are essentially kind of like half of an oval. There's just one curve and there's another, and then the peaches themselves are just like almost like little circular shapes. Let's see, maybe one more slice here. And then for the rest of these, the rest of the page, I'm going to fill it up with some of these green leaves. So let's see. Now let's get to the fun part. I'm gonna erase just a few of these extra lines because I don't want them inside of the peaches area. So now I'm going to do the wet on wet technique on. I'm gonna start with these circular like full peach shapes. Just adding some water, and then I'm going to mix in some magenta with a little bit of this yellow orange that I have, and I'm gonna start dropping these in so it looks like a nice, really nice peach color. And I want to keep it loose and super playful, so kind of the way I did here. And let's see, I might drop in some more of magentas. There's also some yellows in here, so I'm gonna grabbing some from my palette and dropping that in here. And let's see, a little bit of alizarin crimson here, and just gonna add a few touches of that really kind of punchy red into some of these areas. And then we can also use that red to kind of accentuate, you know, that fold on the peach on some of these, and then leave the other ones kind of just the way they are. So it's a really fun and playful look at painting these peach shapes, and it's just a matter of playing around with some of your yellows, pinks, and reds, whatever colors you have at your disposal. You know, the warm colors, like, they will all work and look super fun and playful. And now for the peach slices. So those are gonna require a little bit more detail, but I'm gonna, let's see, grab kind of like a mix in this yellow orange, just lighten up this red, and going to paint a little sliver kind of to show the skin part, the rind. So I'm gonna go do that on each of these. And then for, you know, because the peach, when you slice into it, it's pretty much yellow on the inside, so I'm gonna add some yellow. And see, I'm gonna just erase this extra bit here. But now I'm going to paint this area, just dropping in this yellow And then each of these slices, so they will have a little tiny bit of this remnant of where the pit lies, and that's, so I'm just going to use a little bit of orange and kind of like add that in here right in the center, just to give the impression of that. Maybe a little bit more, since it's kind of spreading out a little bit, but that's okay because we're just going for this fun and playful look. It doesn't have to be super precise. See, I might outline the edges a little bit more. There we go. And it's kind of fun that these colors are spreading out like this, because that's kind of how you see it on the slice anyway. So I'm gonna let these dry, and then I'm gonna add just a few little details. But in the meantime, I'm going to paint. I'm gonna bring in a little bit of green here, add some yellow, just warm it up a little bit, and paint the little leaves. And for the leaves, I'm gonna apply, so I'm gonna start with very little pressure, but then I'm gonna press down on the brush pen as I'm like painting a little curve, and I can kind of repeat that process. So again, you're starting off very little pressure, then you're pressing down, and you're lifting off again to very little pressure to a point. And then you can also drop in different greens here too, if you have some lighter ones, some darker, like a cooler green or a warmer green. So right now I have a ton of yellow in this green, so these leaves are very much of a warmer green. And I'm just gonna add a few leaves here and there. Tiny ones, longer ones. So yeah, I'm just kind of trying to fill up the space so it looks, and then now that I have these, can drop in these different greens in here to these leaves. It's such a fun way to just relax and play around with some colors. No pressure, just a bunch of little brush strokes with some different colors for a fun and fruity look. And let's see, so these slices have dried for me, so I'm gonna go in with a little bit of this mix that I have some orange, basically an orange color. It's red and yellow and a bunch of different ones, and just gonna add a few little specks, just to kind of give that a little bit, that impression of a texture. Just a few little tiny spots. There we go. You can also use that same kind of orangey color to maybe outline some of these slices a little bit more. And there you have it. So you could either try it all with just like full peaches or some slices, or just cover it up, or have like half of a peach and then you could paint the stone, the little thing in the middle. But it's a super fun way to just create a little fun, colorful pattern. Thank you so much for watching, sweet friend. If you enjoyed this tutorial, be sure to subscribe to my channel and check out my book called Watercolor Snacks. I'll link to it in the description below. Also, I invite you to join my Patreon channel for a lot of behind the scenes, additional tutorials, additional videos, and even monthly workshops. Until next time, stay creative.